What's happening in the Shed podcast? Podcast that brings you everything from music, sports, religion, politics to happy slapping. Myself, Dixie, Fred. We ain't got Daniel today. Kin's back on here. All the old school listeners gonna know about that. We got the man, the myth, the legend. A geezer who's made me fucking break my 7-week no beer. Dogzilla, what's happening, dog?
What's going on, people? Good?
For all the wombats that have only started listening to Graham from Shutdown, break it down for a little bit. Who's Dogsy, bruv?
Boy, from garage to a sound that morphed into a garage, bassier garage, to a sound that changed completely to a whole different spectrum of music that created itself into Big Graham.
What? Why now? Well, you doing this whole comeback for them that don't know. You're doing the whole comeback. You back on the music.
Yeah, back on it now, man.
First of all, where you been?
There was some things that happened in life that made me stop.
Just life things, yeah.
No, I just had a son that was born, and he was at Queen's Hospital, and he was dying when he was born because of the hospital's fault. They done some fucked up shit. He had like meconium in his chest, and he couldn't breathe on his own. So it went fucked up, and I ended up in a different hospital in a different ward, and he was obviously in a bad fucking way. Get ready to say goodbye to him and all that shit. And it was like, wow, fucking hell, you know when you're calling up friends and you're like, yeah, boom, boom. I said, I'll bring me up some weed. And then obviously I smoked a joint, went back to the unit, and I was like, seeing the boy, talking to him, he's in an incubator and everything, and then fucking the baby next to me died. So I was stoned. And you know when you're looking at the baby like dead, and you're like,
What the fuck?
oh man, you know when you're thinking, do you know what, like everything that's gone on, it needs to stop, because now I've just seen this. I've got priests coming to me and everything. You know when everything's getting deep, like, and you're like, fuck this shit.
Why now? Why are you coming back now?
Because my children have grown up now, and they're sitting there. I know that they're fine. They've got everything they want. He's overcome it, and I've been the dad. I've done the family thing, and now I feel comfortable with myself. Do you know what? And I've obviously been watching what's going on, but now's the time to. Why not?
What do you think about all the new shit then? What do you think about the state of it now, Graham?
Graham or?
I'd say Graham, because that's where some people know you from Pay As You Go.
Yeah, of course. I think Graham it's been left behind, I think, because of the drill thing that's going on. But I think with the drill thing, that's the answer for Graham. But I think, personally, if everyone would have stuck to their guns and maybe carried on with Graham, maybe that was the reason why drill come about, or the drill artists, because they couldn't get their answer onto Graham. Maybe. Do you get what I mean? Because I think if you put all that energy into a Graham, but then that's how the sounds have changed, because it does change.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
What's the current situation at OT?
I'm still in touch with a couple of other people, but at the moment it's still like the original that are still in the wings.
No chance of man coming back or what? Slayer and Devs do their own thing, don't they?
Yeah, they do their own thing now, but Devs has created his own career now, you know. So he can do his own thing, and I've never needed anyone else to put my career back online or anything like that. I've always been me, so it's my time to do it again.
Alright, this is what I'm gonna do. Mix it up real quick.
Yeah, man.
I told you I was gonna do this, innit? I got a question. I'm gonna give it to Dogs first, and the man. I want to integrate the man in this. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Dogs first. We'll go in and back with Dogs in questions as well.
Yeah, man.
Dogs. Drunk 24/7 or sober forever?
What would I rather be?
What would you rather? You pick one.
Well, I can't do half and half.
No, you can't go half and half.
Fuck no, because being drunk 24/7 always gives me the shits.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, true. My diet, I've got the shits anyway, all the time anyway.
Yeah, but it gives me the shits, man. And then plus, I get hangovers, but I don't, if you get what I mean.
I get them fucking
I just feel
naughty.
tired, man.
So what is it?
I'd rather be drunk, man. Fuck it.
Nick, what are you saying?
Sober, man.
Wanger.
But drunk off alcohol?
Yeah.
Yeah, sober, man.
What are we saying?
Right.
Sober forever or drunk forever or sober forever?
Drunk forever, man. Definitely.
You're a shit drunk anyway, bro. I've seen you drunk, bro. You're a bit of a
If you're
mess,
sober,
bro.
you can still smoke weed though and that, innit? So, you know.
You can't base it off of that, bro.
I got other substances.
You can't base it off of that.
You know what I mean?
I used to smoke weed when I smoke weed drunk, though.
Yeah,
Tell-
same, yeah, but...
Tell them about Pay As You Go. Because Pay As You Go is a hard one for me to talk about. Because like I said to you on the phone, if you weren't that age or you weren't listening to radio or going to the rave, someone like me, I can still appreciate it.
Yeah.
But it's hard to find, for the younger generation, it's hard to find anything on them,
History.
really. Yeah.
Yeah. Because Power As You Go was East Connection, Roll Deep, OT. And I think they were like the three crews what you see now in one. You get what I mean? You had Maxwell, Major Ace, Plague, Flowdown,
Rico. Was it Slimzy?
Genius, Target, Wiley.
That's a fucking all-star.
I know, like, of course, but at the time, at that time of the Power As You Go era, you only had Power As You Go, OT, Heartless Crew, and So Solid.
So when you was going Iron Apple, you was like fucking superstars.
Yeah, it was different.
I know you got an Iron Apple story, surely.
Yeah, of course.
You let us know, bro. I heard you talk about one about you going out there and then just jumping on stage, not being booked, and by the end of the night they end up paying you.
Yeah, no, it was. I woke up one morning and I was just fucking bored because all my pals got arrested and they all got banged up. And I obviously had my music going on, and I was like, fucking hell, what the fuck shall I do? Like, I ain't got nothing to do. My boys are in jail. And then everyone was talking about Iron Apple, and I was like, what the fuck is this about? So I thought, do you know what? I said, Mum, do us a favour, remember the teletext? I said, have a look on teletext and see if there's any flights going to Iron Apple. What's Iron Apple? And I said, well, fucking, don't worry, just have a look. Put
It's
the
going to
phone
be
down.
man saying on here, what's teletext?
Of course, teletext, mate.
This was the internet before the internet.
Yeah, teletext, boy. And,
So you just went out there on a
she
wing.
rang me up and she said, there's a flight, 350 quid. And I said, fucking put me on it, mate. And I spoke to Genius and I said, oh, look, I'm not going to be coming radio tomorrow or whenever it was. I said, I'm going to Napa. And he was like, what? And he said, there's a booking for us. We're out there. We've got like a contract with Gas Club. He said, just don't worry. Like, he said, but I think it was Target, Maxwell and Plague. He said, they're the first ones out there. He said, they're coming out there in 2 weeks' time. He said, so make sure you're going to be there. And I said, yeah, I'm out there for as long as possible. And I remember getting there and I was thinking, no way, like, I will see someone I know. I've got to see someone I know. You know, when you're just walking
Did
about.
you get on a flight on your own and describe it?
Yeah, fuck it, I went.
That's right.
Because one thing was drawing me there was because I had fuck all to do. And the most main thing was obviously, do you know what, like...
Pumps.
No, music.
Oh. So, yeah, music,
Obviously,
sorry.
I was more of a music thing. I was like, do you know what? I'll just go out there and fuck it, rags it. Like, I'll do it here. The Fifth Avenue thing. When I used to see the rich kids and the other old school MCs, the Creeds, the PSGs, and I used to think, fuck it. I used to try and get on the mic. If I got on the mic, fair enough. If I didn't, I didn't. I'd done exactly the same thing in Napa. But I just remember walking down the strip and I just heard ba-ba-ba, bass with a drum, with a watch, man, with a colour roll. And I was like, that's Precious. What the fuck? Boom, straight in there. I didn't really know him. I knew of him and he knew of me. We knew each other, like, but not like, what's happening? It was like a case of, oh, look, this is P, this is Dogs, how you doing? And
That's the fella you just put your last freestyle out.
Yeah. And it was a case of he knew who I was and I knew who I was. We wasn't friends or anything like that because it was just things like that. Like, let me squeeze.
So you just jumped on stage, done your
Fuck
thing.
it. And then obviously, about the next day or two, I knew someone from Dagenham, where I'm from. And he was with Precious. And then we just gelled. So he was like, yeah, look, I've got this book in here, we've got this book in here. Why don't you just come with me? Fuck it, why not? Don't worry about it. But then obviously when then Plague and Target come over, I was doing the set before them. It was like a little hype man thing. And I was like, look, we'll give you some money, don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. But then obviously I couldn't do what I was doing. I was like, look, listen, I've got this club, that club. I was doing like 5 clubs.
And you just went out there from teletext on a flyer?
Yeah.
Well, you must have been like fucking superstars.
No, because no one knew who I was then.
But surely Pay As You Go...
Of course, Pay As You Go, but no one knew who I was then.
Was you in Pay As You Go then?
Yeah, obviously as the time went on.
So what people don't know about you as well, you was like one of the first MCs on Rinse as well. Yeah? Is that how you ended up being with Pay As You Go, in a relationship with Genius?
No, because it was a weird combination of things that went on there. I got into Pay As You Go and on Rinse because obviously I've got family on the Isle of Dogs, and that's where G's from. And
That's that shit.
I was doing what was we? We was doing a Flavour FM dance in Legends in Barking, and it was when I met Genius and Slimsy, because our DJ was with Kelly Lockhart from Essentials. Like, there was a distribution company for records. Her name's Kelly. Sarah Lockhart, her name was, and she was involved with Zinc and all these other big producers at the time that were making records, and she used to give them to my DJ Glamour, because he used to work there. And it started off was G used to say to us, "How did you get that record?" And we was like, and then it started off like a little war between us and Pay As You Go. Not like a war, but like, because I remember listening to Rinse and Genius and Slimsy was on, and they'd done a shout, big up Dogs, big up Glamour, yeah look, we got this one first, and it was a remix of Trek 138.
See, when you, from Pay As You Go times, yeah, how far forward are we talking before OT come about?
OT was already a thing. OT was already, that was my thing. And like I said, when we was in the in Legends, and G gave me his number and said, look, come up on Rinse, and we want you on Rinse. After all, we ended up merging into that, and then we met God's Gift, then we met Wiley, then we met Flowdown, and it just all seemed like it was meant to happen. Do you get what I mean? Everyone got on well. I was a big weed smoker then, and then I remember going in the studio and I used to be, and everyone was like, what the fuck are you smoking, bruv? And I was like, this here, and I was like, what the fuck is it? Rhino. Because we never used to know, none of us, like, we ain't ever seen anything.
Rhino was the shit back then.
Yeah. So they used to ring me up, and then I used to go and just chill and roll deep ends and just fuck it. I used to be there all day, all week.
Wild out ones.
All week sometimes.
So how far after that does Devlin come about? Because he always says that you kind of found him, put him on. I wouldn't say put him on.
How I found him, or there was one of my friends, Joe, and no, truth. I had a message. I was on Rinse, and someone messaged me. His name is Gravity, and he said, I'm a producer from Dagenham. And straight away, I was like, got my phone from Dagenham. I'm obviously gonna, all right, cool. Let's see what he's got. And he sent me. I went and met him, and he gave me a CD, and it had. He said, "There's one of my mates who's recorded with me," and it was Devlin. And when I first heard it, I was like, you know, like I was scratching my head, and I was like he kept repeating that, but that was the thing them times, you know.
8 bars.
Yeah, like, but he just kept, and his wordplay was good, and and he had everything going, but it just wasn't complete. So I said to Gravity, I said to him, go back. I said, you know what? Let me get back to him in a little while. Tell him what he's doing is right, but just concentrate on being more like the way he structures his lyrics. Like, don't be repetitive in your bars. Just concentrate on what you've just said to what follows onto it, if you get what I mean.
See, if you're like people would look at you like the not the head or the founder, I don't know what you want to say, of OT, yeah? How do you deal with a crew of people when you've got one person is doing their thing and becoming more popular than the rest, obviously?
Then everything else.
How do you deal with that as a?
The way I dealt with it was then make it even bigger then. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's probably, in a way, so I even felt that maybe that's where my mistake was, but it wasn't a mistake, because when he got signed, it felt like I got signed. Because don't worry about it, Dogs. When we're going to Wembley Stadium or when we're doing Earls Court, you're on with me, don't worry. It didn't even need to get said, because I already knew. It's not because I wanted it or I expected it. It was just a thing of, that's it. That's what I did for not just Devlin, but what I did for the 10 other people that I had around me.
So it took like a back foot for them, man.
Yeah, of course. And I always said to everyone, I said, look, we used to have these meetings. We had a Purpley Free.
Mile End Road.
We used to...
Jesus Christ.
We bought the studio. We not bought it. We rented the studio. It was our studio. And I used to say...
on the top of E3? Purpley Free?
Yeah. We had our studio in there. So we was in there vocally, and we had everyone in there at the time. And I said, right, fuck it. We need to have meetings. Just even if any problems, anything that anyone's ever got to say, if you feel like that you're like, right, Dogs, why weren't I on that track, or why don't I come to that booking with you, say it.
And did it ever come to that?
Of course it did. I remember one time now, at first it was like, yeah, this and that and that and that. And then one of our producers, Devilish, said something to our manager, Mike, at the time. And he was like, why did you put Devlin on that song? And why did you do this with Devlin? And why didn't you do it to everyone else?
So was it your is that the role you took? You was making them decisions?
Yeah, probably, yeah. Looking back now, yeah.
So what? I'm trying to think.
At first it was like, yeah, I was getting...
That couldn't have been easy to have how many young, like, everyone's
At
young.
that time, it was easy because I made it easy for myself, because I made sure that everyone got looked after, and every single one of them people can say that. I know 100%, fully confident that they could say nothing about anything. That was their own personal opinion about Devlin when Devlin thing was going on, and I've had things that, dogs, man, like, why was he doing that? Why aren't we getting that? Why aren't we doing this? Because look, this is the thing.
What
like,
saying was certain like platforms and radio stations and that, like, asking for just specifically Devlin.
in time.
No, I don't know if that's how it worked or whatever.
No, in time, obviously, everyone was like, for some reason, like, I think I know roughly what had happened, why it went the other way, because obviously that. But then I think it was like 2005, my dad died, and I thought, you know what, I need to get away for a little while. And obviously the movement started. And Dev spoke to me, he's like, oh yeah, I'm doing this thing with the movement. I said, you know what, brother, I'm proud of that. Like, yous are sick.
Well, the movement would be like the same way you was in Pay As You Go.
Yeah,
it's that elite all-star fucking coming together.
Of course, because you had that little gang, then you had us, then you had them, and it was like, so it don't matter if you're all merging, but then that becomes something bigger than what anyone was at that time.
Yeah.
So, good.
So where did you...
But he still portrayed it as like, dogs, don't even think that...
Yeah, don't even talk like that.
Yeah, like, we didn't even ask. We didn't even question it.
Because I fucking, I think Kid and that man know the fucking... I don't want to keep talking about Devlin because you're really not him, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
But fucking... see the Wiley diss track?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh,
Yeah.
It was naughty, man.
Why... We all know it fucking word for word and that.
Yeah,
But...
it was naughty, man.
Where did you stand with that? Because you was in a crew with Wiley before that. Also, I wanted to ask you, I didn't know this till recently, so I had to look back and listen.
Yeah.
He also said something about Sire, because was Sire with Roll Deep at the time?
Yeah, no, because obviously...
So where did you stand? Where did you stand at that time when that was
get to
happening?
that. What happened was, I think it all stemmed from Wiley's... he's still doing it now.
He said Scratchy was the best white MC, no? Was it not that?
Yeah, I think it was
It
that.
don't matter who's the best white MC or anything. That's irrelevant.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Like Devlin, apart from Wiley, Devlin, that tune, the OT tune, was the first time I ever see. Like, I grew up in Stratford, you know what I mean, around bare like black people, black rappers, whatever. That apart from Scratchy, was the first people I ever see that were white to do it. Do you know what I mean? My boy showed me, and everyone was like, "Look, that's you, bruv." You know what I'm saying? Like everyone was saying, "That's you," and that.
But
So where did you stand with that?
because Wiley's got this thing, like, he's so like driven by I'm Wiley, and I'm like, even I spoke to Wiley the other day, and he still said, like, he's still the same, like, but I think with the movement, he's always finding an enemy. Do you get what I mean? Like, I was always trying to, whether I'm right or wrong in Wiley's eyes, but that's from my perspective of it, because I've known him for a very long time, like over 20 years or whatever.
The only thing I want to bring back to specifically to you is the
No, that's
situation with you.
where I
You
was
was in
getting
a
at,
crew with
because-
Wiley. My man's doing that. Also, you got Sire B in the mix with the well, Sire B went to Roll Deep at the time,
No, because what
and
happened
Devlin
is-
said something about Sire.
This is what I firmly believe after knowing Wiley and after Sire and everything, yeah. But Wiley was obviously thinking, look, all the attention, maybe not, all the attention's going to this crew, the movement. They'd be, can I get involved or can I not get involved, or would it be better off me attacking them? And then obviously that happened. Devlin's, look, he keeps ringing me up, he keeps saying this, he keeps saying that, he keeps saying that. So me and the manager got together and was like, look, what, fuck it, let him do it. Let him do it. So then obviously Devlin done it. And then with where I stand in it, I wake up in the morning, there's a voice message, and I listen to it, and it's Wiley on a song. Dogs, rah, 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 you ain't big, you're not this, rah, 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 rah. And it's of the typical Wiley Eskimo sound. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? You know when you're like, what the fuck, man? Like, So then I said, "Do you know what? Will, what are you doing, mate?" We have a big argument on the phone. I said, "Right, la la la, yeah, la, 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 la," and everything got left there and then, and that was that. And that was that.
What about the Sire B bit? Why has he?
Well, I think everything got said about that. But the thing is, this is the thing with Sire. When he
By
left,
the way, I'm a Sire fan, and I've been hitting him up to even carpet as well.
when Sire left, it was like with the Powers You Go thing. Like no one didn't feel betrayed or anything like that. No one didn't really. There was never that feeling. I don't think me personally. I think I handled it as like, look, listen, G. When G's coming to me and saying, look, we've got this Sony thing going on, you might have to sign a contract because like after the Champagne Dance thing, we got this, we got that. We're gonna make an album, so you need to be on board. All right, cool. But after I get on board, first of all, OT, like that's my thing. Like I've got to be doing. I can't just not do OT. I can't never. I can't.
You've been building that.
Yeah. So please know that yes, of course. But if anything contract wise or anything comes available, please come to me.
Dogs, you ain't answered the Sire B thing, bruv.
Of course. And then this is where I'm getting at. But then with Sire, it was like I'm going to be in Roll Deep.
Which career-wise
Alright, cool.
is a good move. No,
Yeah,
at
of
the
course.
time.
He said, I've spoke to Wiley and he said I'm going to do Sidewinder.
Dogs, tell them about. You must have some tour stories.
Tour stories, yeah. When we was in France and we done this this snow festival, there was a few people there. There was we ended up being at the airport. There was me, Dev's Big Beats, our tour manager, and Goldie turned up. And I was like, and he'd just come off of Big Brother, I think, and it was that time. And I was like, fucking hell, Goldie, man.
Jungle Goldie.
Yeah. And we all got on this van thing that was taking us to this mountain, and I started chatting to him, and rah, 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 and he was da-da-da-da, and he said to Devlin, he went, yeah, I've been watching you, mate. Yeah, you're that Tottenham cunt, aren't you?
No, why is that as well? Why is that as well? Why
we just start, I looked and I know, like, Devs gets a bit touchy when he's gone, what do you mean, Tottenham cunt? Like, who are you talking to, mate? And it started getting, and the tension started building up, and it was like, oh, mate, fuck that. And then...
Saying Devlin and Goldie was going to have a scrap.
Mate, exactly. Like, and it got funny, like, and in the end, it all got squashed, and then we got to this hotel, and this is like some big fuck off 5-star hotel. We're in the middle of the fucking mountains now. And we'd done our show. It was probably one of the best things I've ever done, one of them. And it was like, we was in this mountain, it was fucking snowing. We're doing our show and there's people, birds, running about with no clothes on and shit like that because it's snowing and everyone taking their tops off like, ah! We played some drum and bass and everyone just fucking went off.
Shall I tell you something?
And then, go on.
Before I cut your story out, I used to live in them mountains as well, yeah? I used to live in France, yeah?
Yeah.
I went to one of them gas with everyone taking their clothes off, yeah? There was too many man in there for me. There was too many man in there. They was taking their clothes off as well. I was like, fuck this. I don't care how many birds in there. There's too many man.
This was fucked. And like...
Yeah, that's what
the
I was.
next day we all woke up and I said, come, let's go downstairs. There must be like a sauna or something like that because we was all, pardon me, we was all fucked. And like, they give us these robes. I swear to God, this towel was about 30 foot long. It was long, like, and I even remember going, fucking hell, man, Jesus Christ, this towel was long, yeah? Now we've all got it. I just remember seeing Devs, yeah? He had his towel around him and he's gone like that, and I don't know, it was precision at its best, yeah? Because you know when you do the old whirly, I've gone like that and I've gone, whoosh, straight on the bell end, yeah? Devs has gone, ah! Devs has run off, yeah? But while he's run off, because the floor's wet, you know when you're in them swimming pools?
Yeah.
He slipped.
With tiles and all that.
Put his hand out, first thing his hand out, yeah, and he's hit this bin, the bin's fell over and it's all gone over him, yeah, but I was in crying, mate. I've never laughed so much in my life, but in the end, because when he turned around and you could see the pain in him, yeah, and he's going, you hit my dick, bro, and I was like, that towel was so long, bro, and it was like, what?
That couldn't happen to me. You got to go
So
good shots to get me on the dick,
fucking hell, mate, that was a time, mate.
Is there anything you regret?
No.
Because you've fucking been everywhere. You've
I
done
don't regret fuck all, mate. Nothing. All the arguments I've ever had with everyone, all the
people you cut off.
People fuck you off, or I've said anything wrong. I don't regret it.
Let's talk about Wild here as well, so demand them as well. The H comments. I see you fucking put up H saying at Graham, no one young.
Yeah,
cares
that pissed me
about
off. Because
Why?
why? Because you're coming from like
Risky roads, bruv.
yeah.
Higher radio.
So yeah, you're coming from the same
Radar radio.
thing that what we all doing. Don't disrespect the genre of music that's made you, mate.
Do you know what I honestly
That's
think?
wrong. Like I think, and he said, "I don't care about it." And what pissed me off about it was that. Well, I had to say to him, like, listen, mate, don't get big-headed or nothing like that because you're getting big-headed about it now. Don't be so stupid. Don't do it, mate, because you ain't the best thing that's come out of anything.
Shall I tell you what I honestly think? I think that they went out to America, shot a video
Yeah.
with Tay Keith on the productions, the geezer who made Drake and JB Blockboy look
What's
alike.
the difference between Danny Weed
But
being
listen,
on the
but they've
production
come back
and
to
going
England.
America?
Doing a label deal. They've got. Why are you even doing? They're doing press run for a single, and I just think he's just said something to create attention to sell this single.
But,
That's
but
what
when I
honestly
see him
feel.
saying that, yeah, I can see that he actually believes that.
No, come on.
He said, "What was it?" He said, I can
geezer's
tell
not-
you, I can tell you now that the grime people don't care about grime."
Dog,
or
me
something
and you
like that.
both know. Fred knows. We have Tommy B up here, SBK, Skinner, Roller, TC. All these people, bruv. They're all the age group that he's talking about.
Yeah.
Bruv.
No, that just
How
tells
can
me
man
that
not
you're-
care about Graham, bruv? All
Yeah,
these
of course.
people, all these kids love it, bruv. We love it.
Yeah,
we support everyone that comes through. Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
Know what I think?
And that's why I think that's wrong saying something like that, mate.
It's weird because last year, like 2 years ago, you had Jacome over. You was on Risky Roads. You can't come up off of the scene and then when you've got to a certain level, say it's shit.
Yeah, mate.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly that.
But I don't think he's wrong for saying it
then-
because I think you're allowed to say what you want to say.
I'm not wrong for saying what I said to him because there's myself here that's helped build this fucking music from day one, from day dot.
Now that's the
So
other
then
part.
that's the thing that you're saying to me, that all of that to me was that like, nothing I did was...
Well, dogs. That's the other part of the
worth
conversation.
it.
What AJ Tracy said. He had to step back because of people trying to hold on to nostalgia and not trying to push it. That when you say that makes people say like, well, Dogs is still back then, bruv. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
What do you think about that man saying, well, Dogs is still back then, bruv? We're trying to take it to the next.
That's just you being you. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, if everyone put their energy onto one thing, then maybe it will be bigger than... But then that's just taking a thing that will help you.
Because there's some people that have never changed the sound. JME, Big Nasty, certain man have never strayed away from it. But it's got to progress, innit? No, surely you...
Yeah, of course.
Now,
Like,
you
look at
went-
the
you went-
garage to the
you
grime.
went from
and
garage to
like
grime.
The grime to drill. But
What point did you man start saying this ain't garage no more, this is grime? When did you man start using the term grime?
me personally, I think Slim Zoss 001 and Wookie Storm.
That's when you man start saying,
That's
right,
when
this is
I
cool,
thought
this is
that
grime. now.
this is definitely not garage.
Garage.
There
Because
was a couple of other ones.
was you
but-
at Head to Toe and Machino and all that? Was you that garage guy?
Nah.
Because I was watching today Sophie
No.
something on Rinse FM. She got a show and she was talking about all the swag that man had back then. Was
Yeah.
you weren't involved in it?
No, I had Crazy Machino, but that was drum and bass.
Because I see
for me.
Bushkin and that. They used to go fucking a bit fucking mental.
If anything, I used to have Iceberg.
Iceberg. Iceberg's back now, isn't it?
Iceberg, mate. I loved my Iceberg, mate. I used to love Iceberg. The Tom and Jerry shit.
What are we saying about? Well, obviously, it's a lockdown and that. All these challenges.
What ones?
Fucking, where do you even start, bruv? You got.
Fucking hell, I'll tell you what, I
Son
posted
of
one on
just
my
boiled,
Facebook page, yeah, there was one, yeah, because obviously you got this 3-pint challenge one. And I think the 3-pint one, that's questionable, but it's doable.
But this guy, yeah, I don't know where they were fucking from. They were from up north. And this guy's got a pint of Jack Daniels, a pint of vodka, and a pint of cider. And he downs every single one of them and then starts eating dog food.
He's doing his own
Sounds like
challenge,
you,
the
John.
boy.
Fuck off.
And then I was like, listen,
On a weekend, mate.
you can't top that. If anyone does, what can you do after drinking 2 pints of like straight up whiskey and vodka
5K challenge.
and then dog food? Where do you go from there?
These man added me in the 5K challenge as well.
Ah.
But the man got everyone's name.
What's the
but
5-day challenge? I don't know.
going for a 5K run. Bruv.
Ah, fuck that.
The man have got everybody. the man have got everybody's name, but then got a laughing emoji on my
5
name.
minutes, bro.
That's why I'll put it there.
Listen,
So,
when
it's just a joke.
I went on a run with Kevin Mitchell and Vinnie Mitchell, because I thought I could do this, yeah. And I said, yeah, sweet. We run around the whole of Hainault Forest, mate.
You must have had a little bit of an inkling that you got.
Mate, I was being sick. Fuck no, it's not even a quarter way through it. But then once it went uphill, mate, I was fucked. No, I'm not doing it.
Bro, I know a guy for charity who walked from Scotland to Romford, bro. Took him over a week to do it.
From one shithole to another.
No sleep or just...
He stopped off at hotels and shit and whatever, but he walked from fucking Scotland to Romford.
How though? What, through motorways or just...
I've got no idea, bro. I've got no idea. But he
I'll tell you what though,
documenting
see
it.
that, yeah? I would love to
He
do
done it for a
something
good
like that in
cause,
the
though. He done
summer.
it for a good cause.
In the summer, imagine that. Imagine how many pubs you could go to.
Still pissing down in Scotland,
That's
bro,
it.
in the summer.
Fuck, you know what? This is another thing. See, when you're pissed out of your head, yeah? Why does it always take 30 times longer for a journey that would take you 20 minutes?
This geezer.
Right? Or when you think, how the fuck did I just walk back from there when you get home and you're like, that took me 45
Is that
minutes.
scene from Wolf of Wall Street, innit? When he goes, yeah, I got home safe and sound,
yeah,
mate.
yeah.
Ask him,
He
bro.
crashed into every car on the fucking
This
way.
geezer, walking back from the pub is about a mile down the road. When we walk back from there every time, this geezer just stops at every like, ridiculous stops. It takes about fucking 2 hours it took before to get back.
No
And
way.
he's just fucking about. Like I've got a million. I wake up with a million videos on my phone of this geezer just doing stupid shit.
Hey, you gotta get like that, ain't you, bro? That's the only thing, dogs, about the new gen, yeah. See, because we had the phones in our hands, there must be loads of shit and stories that you've got that are not out there.
Yeah, because we didn't have that shit back.
When I'm paralytic, I don't do it normally. I never talk into my phone, yo. Never do that
Bro,
shit.
my phone
When
had
I'm
radio
paralytic,
and it had Snake.
I
Done.
wake up in the morning, I've got
Done. Radio and Snake.
Listen,
Mate,
wake up in the
phone
morning,
I
I've
had
got
a
some
fucking
Chinese
flip
keys in the pub
fucking
in the headlock.
plastic
and that,
aerial,
bro.
mate, a Motorola.
Got people.
The graphites.
A Motorola like that.
The
Hello!
graphite. I remember them shit.
What's the first thing you're doing when it's lockdown? Shit eases up a bit.
Fucking going to the pub, mate, getting out of my nut.
Yeah, I miss the old boys from the pub and that, man.
That's what I do on a
I
Sunday.
worry about them.
Every Sunday I go to the pub. I've got my little old boys. I go to the
Come on.
That's you, bro.
These man always take the piss out of me. Dogs, I
go
acknowledge
to
them
the-
all. I
I go
chat
to the
them all.
bookies for them. I
not
send them
you
up.
acknowledge
I give them a
them,
list
you
of
talk to them
like
for
we all
hours.
sit down. I'll get a score out. He gets a score out. He gets a score out, and we all get it in pound coins, and we go £2 each, and I go right, and I get all the money, and I take it to the bookies. I put all their bets on, and then we sit there all day, and we just call each other cunts, basically. I'll get a big bag of Monster Munch, pork scratchings, peanuts,
See, that's not
Your
you,
pub
bro.
does
That
Monster
sounds
Munch.
fun.
mate, and I'll sit there and
That
I'll go and
sounds
sausage.
fun.
That's posh. You do monster
Sausage
munch.
rolls, a
Sausage
lot.
rolls,
and then you
bro.
go out the bar and then
You
she
joking?
comes up with the spuds with loads of salt on them and it's the bollocks, mate. I love it.
That's a big argument.
Yeah, now you're making
Oh,
you upset
love
us now because we
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
have to.
Big argument.
Come down there one day. Bring the fucking cameras with you if you want. It'll be sick.
We'll do
With
it.
all the old boys.
Dogs, they get
Oh.
upset when I bring all the old boys over and start chatting to them.
Listen, the old boys are even worse than me, mate. Trust me.
Yeah, they're
I'll
guys.
tell- I'll tell them, you carry on. I'm gonna put your fucking little seat up. What they call the motor things they drive about in there. I tell them, you carry on, you silly old cunt. I'll be fucking putting your tyres down. Fuck up you. And I go, you rapper. You think you can rap? You couldn't rap yourself up, you cunt. They're good stuff. It's a good day. Like I go there and we do the horses together. What's this £20 out of your week's wages?
That's what I mean, bro.
Another question. Have you ever had an argument with an old boy in the pub?
No, dogs, don't say that story. I'll be honest with you. Do you know what happened to me? Like, and I feel like he would dogs will stand by what I did as well. I'm at the pool table. I put
Did
my
he punch
pound.
you?
Oh, I threatened to, but I'm talking. He's
I put my
85
pound
years
down.
old.
Is this
I put
geezer
my
was
pound
being
down.
No, he was old, but he
I've
was.
had one pissed out of his head and chinned me, bruv.
I think this geezer knew I would have
You
won.
know when you're standing there like that, oh, you know,
Listen.
like, it's like, you're fucking wee bastard, you're fucking kill you, man. And you're like, a nutty little Scottish geezer that's about, listen, he was so small, you could
This
see.
might be the same man.
You could, listen, this cunt was an horrible little cunt. And you knew he was an horrible little cunt from when he walked in because everyone went and put their pint down. What the fuck?
It was like
And
a
obviously,
Western.
I'm not like a
like
big
a
character when I'm in the pub, but I don't let my presence be known. I think it just naturally comes. Because I'm like, what's happening, bruv? Like, sweet, you right for a drink? Do you want a drink, mate? You right, girl? Everyone all right for a drink? That's all right. Or
We might be
shots?
brothers.
I'll be honest, if it was like lockdown, you
Yeah,
used to go today.
why do you think that? Are the dogs the same culture, the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
background? And,
Same-
and like, I just think this geezer's like, you're fucking weird bastard. You think you're fucking, oh, man, you're fucking. You're right, mate, calm down. Do you want a drink or what? And it just, you know who I am? I said, I don't know who you am. No, mate. Do you know who I am? Like taking the piss. I said, fucking, and he chinned me.
Listen, dogs, I'll go in there. I'll go in the pub. I'll put my pound down. This geezer comes on, I'm playing. No, you're not fucking playing. I'll put my pound down. That's the rules. No, everyone knows that's the rules.
Cool.
That's a universal rule, it's true.
And he's Scottish as well.
Yeah, but do you know what I used to do as well? But what pound is yours when you see a big line? I go, that one, obviously it's the first fucking one, isn't it, mate?
Listen, the pub we drink, and sometimes you don't even put pounds down. You put 1p coins on it down. Because someone's going to take it, bro. And that's fucking... You get caught doing it, you're going to get hurt, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
But listen, the old boy, he's fucking saying it's Margot. So I was like, fuck off, it's Margot. But now he's saying... Like, do you want to kind of do something about it? I was like, bro, fucking...
And then he grabbed and you.
No, and then I told him...
Was it in a
go,
tote?
go and have it. It was in a Nelson. I told him, go have an heart attack, you silly old cunt. Fall over you
And
fucking...
he hit you?
No, he wasn't there. I would have smashed him to pieces. He said he was going to smack me.
He was there for at least 15 minutes, the geezer.
He was across the bar.
He was standing right next to
He
me.
was like this. It was like this at the end of the
Staring at you. It's the same problem I had when I was in jail, bruv. I was playing football, yeah, and we was in a football match and I broke my ankle and I went court the next day and the cunt banged me up. I was fuming.
Thinking, nah, these cunts are going to proper try it with me now. So first of all, I'm on my crutches now and I'm in jail and I think any cunt comes in, I'm just going to wrap these crutches around your head. Here we go, first day. See a couple of pals from Dagenham. What's happening, dogs? Yeah, want to go up, Paul? Yeah, of course, man. I'm next, bruv.
I felt it there. I felt like I was there. I felt like I was there.
I'm on crutches and I've got a cast up to
I was
here.
like, I've seen it at longest mile.
No, I knew this was going to happen, so I just went, oh. Boom, over. Pick him up, mate. And I said, I fucking told you, didn't I? I was fucking next. How does it look like? I remember going into adjudication, yeah, and they said to me, right, I've walked in with my crutches, and he's looking at him, yeah, because he had to go to hospital for 2 days because his nose was all over the place. And they said, so who got assaulted here? And I went,
Who the fuck do you think?
but they're looking at me with the crutches like that. Oh, all right, I'll tell you what, all right, no association, down the block for a day. Lovely, that'll do me, mate. So I got back to the ring and I'm like, listen, do you want to carry this on or not? Because if you want to carry on...
I've got crutches.
Yeah, I got the crutches.
I'm on crutches now, mate. But the thing is now, obviously, I've gone back to the wing and they're all like, what the fuck was that, man? He's on crutches and he banged him out, bro. So now I said, look, these are all my pals. You get what I mean? This is Wing Wars. Like, so
Wing Wars.
You want to portray how you want to portray.
So the Game of Thrones is that, bro?
Wing Wars, mate, because you go there, you've got a combination of Tottenham, South London, Hackney, fucking you name it, mate. And I've seen Wing Wars, bruv, that it goes off in jail because of where they're from and wars and who knows who and blah, blah, blah.
What I want to do, dogs, before we wrap up, because we're running out of time, yeah? What we've got in the pipeline, you're going to talk about the remix? You want to talk about that or not? You're going to hold that back?
Saga House 2020 remix.
Who are we looking at?
So
I'm excited for this one.
So far I've got
So
obviously me, there's going to be Props, there's going to be Mesh, they was the original ones. Then we're going to have Harry Roller, Genius, TC Genius and Skinner. And then obviously there might be a couple of others that we can get.
And what are we putting out next?
Album.
Going straight for an album?
Straight for an album. I was going to do a single because I spoke to Skinner and he was like, why don't you do a video? I've got the equipment, let's do a video. And I said, what's the fuck?
How are you going to go with it though? You're going to go down the whole put it out, Graham Daily, Link Up TV?
No, because this is another thing. Because before, like, it was all just iTunes, wasn't it? Or you could just bring it out. HMV, I remember seeing Jammer's album, I think, or Lord of the Mics in HMV, and it was like a big thing for me, personally. I was like, this is definitely evolving now. This is sick. HMV.
Yeah.
On his own.
So now people can just chuck out singles for no reason now.
Of course. And that's
Especially
the way of
about
doing
£5
it
a
now,
month or
because
something.
now this is what I said to my boys, like there is such a different outlet. Before there was the raves, there was the radio, and that was it. Now then you've got the YouTubes, now you've got the video thing of it, you've got the Graham Dailies, the others.
Fucking people that do weird shit like us as well.
Podcasts, yeah, of course.
Sitting-
But then that
get
ain't
parallel.
just that anymore. Like I said to you earlier, like the MCs, like the artists, they think that it's about going studio, recording, and then that's it.
We buy.
That's why I don't mind coming to things like this, because this is part of your
fans
career.
and consumers buying. I've said it to you,
They
buying
want-
into your whole life now. It's,
Yeah,
it's
mate,
everything.
and that's why I like doing lives on Facebook, because I let them, I'm adjusting to what's going on around me. Do you get
You
what
show
I mean?
your age with a Facebook thing though.
What do you mean?
Facebook's not the one, Dogs, man. We're gonna do.
Facebook,
I'm
man,
gonna
it's
set
just
you
another
up.
outlet for me. My friends list is full. That's 5,000 people I'm connected to.
I can't go on Facebook no more because all my aunts and that are on there. I can't
Fuck it.
pretend I'm
My
someone
mum's
else.
on there and all.
I've got to pretend to be someone else, bro.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So,
Twitter as well. I do the same on Twitter. Everything
album,
I do.
are we calling it the documentary?
I don't know.
Surely, or is that?
No, because another thing that pissed me off as well, Snoop Dogg brought out an album called The Documentary. And I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
but Snoop Dogg brought out a reggae album as well, though.
me.
Bro, it don't matter.
Yeah, I know, but you ruined me because then knowing full well what's my fucking luck, it'll end up being getting a letter from fucking what is it, Interscope or whatever.
Puff Daddy.
You've got this album from mate, and it will happen. Like, you know, it's written. So that's why I thought, you know what? I think that's a sign. When you're in jail and you've got an album coming out and all your money's gone, then what? Fuck
Leave
it.
that there, man. Next week.
That's it. But another thing is that I did give it to the record labels, and
So wait, so documentary is done. It
it's
got
still
handed
there,
in.
Yes, yeah. I've got fucking files upon files of music that I've never released.
Fucking hell. Right, I think we're gonna wrap up. We're doing for time. We're gonna do this again anyway.
Definitely, I'll come in.
I got a little. We're gonna keep in contact. We're gonna do a few bits anyway.
Yeah, man.
Do the new gen, the young gen, what we're doing. And yeah, man, thanks for coming up, man.
It's not a problem, mate.
We'll do
Anytime.
it. We'll do it all the time. Smash a few cans. You know what I mean, bro?
Hey,
Fuck
hey,
it.
a lot of work, fucking hell.